Greetings, hola, and konnichiwa. Today we have the long-awaited first direct of 2019. We thought one was going to be happening in January like it usually does, but actually I'm assuming because of the Metroid Prime delay and other factors, they pushed it off a little bit, but we're looking forward to this one to hopefully give us a lot more information about what's coming up this year beyond a little bit of tidbits and release dates that we know about. They already said that there's going to be a lot of information, or at least some information, focusing on Fire Emblem Three Houses. I'm looking forward to that in particular. Haven't actually owned a Fire Emblem console game before, but I have fallen in love with the series since Awakening, and as you can see, we have quite a bit of the special edition collections that they've come out with there, and I am really much hoping that hoping that they announce a Fire Emblem Three Houses special edition package or limited edition or whatever they choose to call it for this game as well, just so I can continue my little streak there. You know, I'm still actually playing Awakening. I'm playing through that as the hardcore mode and take a little bit of time because I don't like to lose my people. But I'm going to be making my way through the other games shortly thereafter because it is a really cool series to own, and it's going to get me some longevity out of my 3DS long beyond its whatever replaces it in the future. And even though I haven't had an opportunity to really dig into any of the other games after Awakening, I do like my goodies, such as the art book and the other elements, and obviously things like with how they had Fates all in one cartridge was a nice little bonus feature as well to have. So I don't, obviously there's not going to be split cartridges that we know about for the Switch, but having an art book or soundtrack or what have you will be a nice little thing to have on the side there. Any minute now. Very soon. It begin. No, damn, they tease. Refresh. Woohoo! Uh-oh. Mario Maker 2? So they give us slopes, so that's good. I'm really skeptical about how well this will work without the gamepad and stylus, though. I know it's cut out on me there a little bit. Alright, they're using a wheel thing. Oh, cool! So it's like 3D World, or 2D World. 2.5D World. But, definitely getting this. So we got cat powers now.
Against those that would do harm to the universe. As characters level up, they'll learn skills.
But wouldn't she be the most powerful character anyways?
Danvers' case, literally.
And that's like the easy, that's the not God mode, God mode. I mean, it does look better than the original in a way, because it's up close and personal more.
Can even be combined into
the initial trailer, the initial game, the initial trailer, the graphics look a little cell shady-er than they do here, so this actually looks a little better now.
Welcome back, Box Boy.
Did they heck they finish in like this is the final one?
To unload some boxes and have fun.
I mean, this is actually I played a one of them on the 3DS. It was fun.
Box Boy is coming to Nintendo Switch for the first time.
Oh, it's probably a port.
This brand
Okay.
new game is tightly packed with tons of content.
Brand new.
Brand new puzzles and new features. We fit something else in too.
Oh, that's creepy. Ah.
This time, 2 players can box it up together.
And they can make box
For the
babies.
score piece on the Box Planet, you must work as a team, solve puzzles, and beat access a whole separate adventure starring Cutie, the tall one.
The tall one. The tall, dark, and handsome one. The tall, light, and handsome one, I guess,
In
in this
all,
case.
there are 270 stages to beat. That's the highest in the series to date. Use your brain boxes to think outside
Didn't they
the
call
box
it like the
and lead
third
our
one
heroes
on
to
the
goal.
3DS, like the final
Box
one,
Boy
or
and Box
the
Girl
last
will unload on
something?
Nintendo Switch April
So it
26th.
seems weird that they would continue the franchise after that, but it makes sense if they didn't want to get on the
Ultimate
Switch.
Spring Update is about to spring forward with the version 3.0 update
right.
this spring.
What are you giving us?
What are we adding, you ask?
Yes, I just asked
You'll just
that.
have to wait to find out.
Oh, screw you.
Remember,
Don't answer my
Joker is part of
questions.
Challenger Pack 1.
I gotta pre-order some of those.
All courses will support 2-player co-op.
Oh, okay, that's
Maybe
cool.
Captain Toad won't be today.
It's a really fun game. I mean,
And
on the Wii U, it
some
was...
paid downloadable and achieving new
It's one of those things where, like,
objectives
I don't want to
in
pay
existing
again for the
courses.
game, but if it was ever like a bonus thing, I would definitely pick up the Switch version.
The side-scrolling action
Castlevania.
of yore shall rise once more in Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
Metroidvania.
And so, the young lady Miriam, host of the Alchemist's Curse, bend gravity to her will
Ooh.
and dart about Jeebel's castle at lightning speed.
Okay, so you got a little bit...
Laws of reality.
This is kind of reminding me of Battletoads here, actually, but you've got Castlevania,
a treasure trove of side quests.
you've got the
texts,
Kirby
and small
ability
touches
copy,
flesh out the campaign.
you got a little bit of
is covered with weird decorations.
Beyond the main
sort of
story,
the
you can
Chibi
dig deep
Robo
into
or
character
bouncing
customization.
laser.
Some hands of
This
demons.
twisting thing reminds me towards
Don't be
one of the
afraid to
later
show them your dark
levels
side.
of
Bloodstained,
Battletoads.
Ritual of the Night emerges
So I
from the
imagine
shadows
this one
summer.
is probably accessible without a Game Genie.
Build and fight alongside you in the story mode, or unite with 3 other builders to create your own island. Gather materials.
Well, that dude like carried like a giant block over there, all nice,
Reach
and
new heights
these
by
kids are
building
just
any structure
breaking
with
everything.
magic.
Pairing the series' beloved style and perfectly balanced battles with the most impressive scope and elaborate story.
Perfectly
The scope
balanced.
and elaborate story is
It's
truer
practically
than the
perfect in
movie.
every way.
The with your party members' orders.
Attack the
As you
really
do,
cheerful
you'll earn
blob.
skill points which can be used to
It's
teach
too
party
cheerful.
members attacks,
It must be punished.
spells,
It
and
must be
improve their
destroyed
abilities.
before it
You can
spreads
also
its
collect
cheerfulness.
material. Looking for
To
an
us all.
item, look forward to new stories. Each sees one of the main cast members stepping
Which
into the
have these
spotlight,
jewels that
shedding
attached
light on
to
hidden
Fire
truths.
Emblem
This year's
Heroes.
adventure has truly
They're gonna
evolved.
roll. They're gonna roll in some heroes there, I think.
Definitive edition.
Maybe that's what that tree was I saw earlier. It wasn't the Xenoblade tree. It was the Fire Emblem Heroes tree.
In fact, it's
Oh.
none other than Starwolf's infamous lieutenants, Andrew Oikonen, Pigma Dengar, and the Great Leon.
The Great Leon.
Now Peppy, Falco,
Annoying bird.
now Peppy.
I am the Great
Falco,
Leon.
bring
Definitely gonna
update of Starlink
pick this
Battle
up.
for Atlas. Every member of
I've
the
been meaning
Star
to,
Fox
but
team
it's
has their own special droid.
not crazy
But
about the
don't expect
R-Wing
Wolf to play fair.
design in the game,
Look
but
forward to
it's
news
still
on
pretty
the
cool.
rest of the, or even raise monsters. This
Go off
fantastical
and
circle of life will keep
go
you
off and be
coming back
monstrous,
for more,
monster.
and Room Fac-
Obviously,
Room
the
Factory 4
the
Special will be
JRPG
ripe for the playing later this
offerings
year.
are not quite. At least the ones being presented here are not the ones that have
And-
clicked with me in the past.
Kagachi must travel between the living world and the beyond to rescue lost souls from a terrible fate.
Dual
Becoming
world
monsters.
mechanics are a bit of honey.
When battling these creatures, the lost
To
souls
learn
you've
in.
rescued. Both powers are different, so you must choose the right soul for the situation
The
at
souls
hand.
are almost like
In
your
this deep single-player campaign,
Blades
there will be many
and
battles. You will
Chronicles.
fight, and you will become.
Like, I really want to play this.
As Yoshi, you'll go rafting,
I'm still playing through Woolly World though.
race solar cars,
Playing
tear
it
through the sky
slowly.
on a plane.
They're easy, but they're still creative. I'm glad they keep changing up the art
Using
style each
in-game
time.
coins you've racked up, you can collect crafted costumes.
Oh, that's cool. It's got like a stop motion vibe there. That's pretty
If you wear
sweet.
one, it'll offer a bit of protection from enemies.
Like the coins going in almost like a old
There are more than 180 of these costumes.
Penny from Nickelodeon
And some
type
of them can
of
be
deal, or
tricky to
not,
get your hands on.
not Nickelodeon.
Later
Pee-wee's
today,
Playhouse.
we'll release
Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Okay, here we go.
Please have a look.
Special edition, special edition, special edition, special edition, special edition, special edition. Dragon Girl, I guess.
To the east, a league of nobles that heeds no king nor emperor rules what is called the Leicester Alliance.
That's a weird spelling, man.
Once
Oh,
consumed by a tempest of war and turmoil.
I like the lower frame rate
Same time,
in the animation.
appears within your mind.
She's imaginary. It gives you like a very dreamlike.
Garrick Monastery
quality.
lies at the center.
So is this like Hogwarts
The
for
Blue Lions host Prince Dimitri of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus.
for
as its
strategy
house leader,
games?
Is for students from the Leicester Alliance.
That
Their
spelling,
house
man.
leader is
Less.
Claude, who is the heir of
Leicester?
the noble students of one of these houses and instruct them.
Huh.
In addition to the
So
house
it's
leaders,
3
there are
games, 3
many
houses.
other
Okay, makes
students
sense.
to meet, each with their own unique personalities and skills. Which house will you choose?
So 3 games, like the Fates. Ah, it's gonna take a while.
Battle experience.
also less medieval so
including
far.
Everything from are very real.
more
Whether
formal.
your
I mean,
students
it's
live
still
or die, strategize
clothing
as the
style.
battle progresses to claim victory.
has a much more modern feel to it. So do we get like 3 amiibo out of this one? One for each house? 3-pack, maybe? Just make it easy on us?
Will release on July 26th.
Okay. Special edition, special edition, special edition. Art book, that's what I wanted! Yes! Alright.
So,
Woohoo! War chest or war something
originally,
edition?
We announced that Fire Emblem Three Houses will have to ask you to wait a little longer. But we hope you'll look forward to the next
It's
generation.
okay, I might actually
of Fire
finish
Emblem
Awakening
all
by
the
then.
same.
99 players,
And a bitch ain't one. Oh, sorry.
but only one reigns supreme. This is 8 players.
It's...
become the sole survivor.
Okay, 99 player, it's like the Battle Royale of Tetris, I guess.
Nintendo Switch Online members, be ready to join the fight.
Still, it's gonna be difficult.
Tetris 99 will be available.
Tetris
for
DS
download
is
later
still like
today.
the
Look
definitive
forward to
collection of
battling it out in
that-
upcoming online events.
Still love those series, those modes that they had in that
Kill,
one.
Survive. Then you meet another survivor, but it's too late.
That yellow
The killer
shadow is
is
a
upon
little.
you. Now run.
What is this? I'm gonna call this Flash Doggy. Oh. There really not that many dogs in the game. I'm gonna call you a liar on that one.
皆さん、こんにちは。
Hello, everyone. I'm Kenichi
I was kind of worried this one was delayed.
producer of Damon X Machina, and I have some news for you. Later today, we'll be releasing a demo called Damon
Sweet.
X Machina Prototype Mission
Oh, yes.
Nintendo eShop for a limited time. Damon X Machina should be launching this summer.
Good. Good.
With that in mind, the development team is
Oh,
working hard right
I'll
now.
have that and Fire Emblem this summer. Darn it!
Created in collaboration with neuroscientists and people who experience psychosis, Hellblade pulls players deep into the mind of Senua. This broken Celtic warrior will embark on a haunting vision quest through Viking hell to fight for the soul of her dead lover.
That's kind of cool, though.
Hellblade has won multiple. Control both Yarnies on your own in single player, or play with
If
a
you
friend
want
in local co-op.
to
For some
destroy
puzzling
my
platforming
sweater,
fun,
whoa, whoa,
Unravel
whoa.
2 come-
I don't recognize this. Is this, No, it's not that game. It was a PS2 game, PS3 game. Kind of remind me of it first. Leave it on fire! Oh, this is a, Platinum game. Astral Chain. Okay. Okay.
I hope you're excited to learn more about how combat will play out in this game.
I
Please stay tuned.
am interested. And here is Smash. Or is this like the Great Wave artwork? Or... Pokemon? That's Link. That's Link. Oh my god! No way! Holy! Oh! Oh, this is the original is so good. Yeah, a little cutesy in the art style, but it's alright. This is cool. No, kind of. Oh, this reminds me of the sort of some of the maps in the original Zelda. Yes. Oh, yes. I hope this gets the game a little more, a little more. Oh.
So, what did you think? At long last, 1993's Game Boy Classic, The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening,
Damn!
will find new life on Nintendo Switch.
That's amazing. That's great.
After 26 years, it has been reborn.
All right. So that's awesome. I did not expect that, because I was just talking on a stream the other day about how Link's Awakening is really like the definitive Game Boy game, like even predating the DX Color re-release and any of that. The original Link's Awakening, I mean, it started off as a port of A Link to the Past, my favorite Zelda game, but then it was spun off into its own thing. It had so many interesting mechanics, a great story, amazing what it fit into a Game Boy cartridge to begin with. But I mean, I remember just going into that town square that you saw there with Marin and just to hear that chiptune version of her singing, man. And the art style that they're using in this thing, like I said, at first it seemed a little cutesy, but outside of Link's design, like the general layout and look of the world, it reminds me of for the original Legend of Zelda. There were like maps and stuff included inside with the game, and also inside the instruction booklet. And if you look in there was sort of like almost like a little model. I don't want to say claymation, but it looked like it was made. It was like made out of clay or paper mache or something, like sculpted, like someone made a version of Hyrule at that scale, and that's what that sort of reminds me of, just a little more crisper, cleaner, and a little more alive and stuff. But it has like that sort of tactile feel to it, and so that's a very cool little, if it's intentional, a nice little throwback to the original Zelda content. And if it's not intentional, it's just a great coincidence. But man, so yeah, I mean, Astral Chain was a nice unexpected, obviously because it hasn't been announced yet, but a nice little surprise there. It's good that it's an action game too, because like a lot of this direct was very RPG heavy. I mean, even Fire Emblem, it's it's RTS, but it's a turn-based strategy, but it's still an RPG, and you had like Dragon Quest and a few of those other ones in there, Rune Factory and a few others, all very JRPG heavy. And so even though obviously Platinum has got a very Japanese aesthetic to it, their games and stuff, and especially here with the 3D anime in a way, it's cool to have a little more of an action element to kind of break that up. And so the information on Three Houses was pretty cool, because it confirms that there's sort of like 3 storylines to it, but thankfully 1 cartridge, and I gotta try and find a pre-order for that War Chest or whatever edition it is so I can add to my collection. And yeah, so we didn't get anything on Animal Crossing or Pokemon or Luigi, which were the only things we already knew about in advance. So outside of Fire Emblem, I think there might be something earlier. I'm trying to remember that we in the direct, but and Yoshi, but they focus on a lot of stuff that you weren't necessarily expecting. Had a few announcements, but man, Link's Awakening, that's cool. I'm hoping that exposes the game to a lot more people, because that got re-released on the Game Boy Advance as a DX version. Sorry, Game Boy Color as a DX version. And you've been able to get it as pack. The DX versions pack in little download bonuses with like Link Between Worlds and stuff. So it's been accessible, but I think it's gotten overlooked a lot of times and stuff. So having it on the Switch will hopefully elevate it. So because Link Between Worlds sort of re-elevated interest in Link to the Past in a way, because it was sort of a remake / sequel. So this is an actual remake of another one of those. So that's cool though. All right, well, I'm going to cut this off now, so I hope everyone enjoyed that. There's lots to look forward to there, and we'll catch you around. Thanks for watching.